Okay, this video is part number 10 of Prevent and Reverse Hypertension. Hypertension by me, Pete Rogers. Okay, well, we're on this part right now talking about cause number 11 of hypertension. Of course, diabetes increases your risk of hypertension. Most type 2 diabetics are fat, and even if they're not, the elevated insulin levels cause the sodium retention in the kidneys, making them hypervolemic, raising their blood pressure. It's also hyperinsulinemia is associated with increased activation of the sympathetic autonomic nervous system. That's the fight or flight system. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol, the hormones activate. So all of these things contribute to increased hypertension. Most patients I see with hypertension are also pre-diabetic or diabetic. Okay, most diabetics are also hypertensive. Alcohol tends to lead to fatty liver. Fatty liver is really diabetes of the liver for the most part. Alcohol will cause fatty liver. Excessive intake of high fructose corn syrup, like with soft drinks and all that stuff, will tend to do it. Smoking tobacco tends to cause hypoxia. You get compensatory increase in red blood cell count, elevated hematocrit, and that will also make your blood thicker, increase blood viscosity. Now you're pumping a milkshake, so to speak, instead of water. The purpose of blood pressure is to pump blood to the top of your brain, cerebral cortex, so you're pumping a milkshake instead of water, pressure goes up. If you're sedentary, if you don't walk a lot, you get insulin resistance because walking activity also functions like insulin does. It gets the skeletal muscles, glucose type 4 transporters, to go from the cytoplasm up to the plasma membrane so the muscles can take in more glucose. So when you exercise, you lower insulin resistance because glucose type 4 transporters in your skeletal muscles spontaneously go up to that plasma membrane. So it's very good to walk. It's good to walk at night too after you eat. What I like to do is, like after I've eaten my dinner and I'm going to get ready to go to bed, is I'll walk around with those interdental brushes or dental floss while I'm doing my teeth. And so that'll be like a 20-minute walk for me. And I like to get the little exercise. I'm always trying to get a little bit of exercise in, and that's a good way to do it. Just make it part of your day. You know, park your car far, walk more. When you walk, walk fast. Put some weights in your backpack or whatever you carry. Make it extra heavy so you challenge yourself. It's called a bear walk. Take the stairs. Don't take the elevator. Only wimps and losers take elevators, okay? Unless you're sick, okay? Okay. What's the best diet to prevent hypertension? It's obvious. Low fat, low sodium, 100% vegan, low protein, single ingredient foods only, 100% organic, so you avoid glyphosate, atrazine, and a bunch of other nasty pesticides. That will tend to optimize your body weight, prevent hypertension, prevent diabetes, prevent atherosclerosis, which means as well coronary artery disease, and also decreases your risk of dementia, decreases your risk of atrial fibrillation. No nuts, seeds, avocados, caffeine, or alcohol. That's all BS, by the way. Nuts and seeds are super high fat, 70 to 90%, you know, and they try to BS you that the fat in nuts and seeds is magic. No, it's not. Avocados are bad news because they're super fat, but also because they spray that A-pill stuff on them, which is toxic, okay? It has terrible potential contaminants in it. Caffeine is bad. It's not a health food. It increases stress. Everybody knows stress is bad for you. Why would you want to artificially increase it with caffeine? That would be stupid. Alcohol is a toxic poison. It's best not to drink anything. You don't want to smoke cigarettes at all. None. We just talked about get your exercise, get your sleep. Try to set a time for going to bed at night, you know, like try to get to bed, whatever. Usually we wake up at the same time every night, so just try to plan to get, you know, at least try for 7. In a perfect world, try for 8. But, you know, set a time, just like you set a time for waking up, set a time for going to bed. Let's see, what else? It's good to eat a lot of fiber, a lot of vegetables. You know, the more vegetables you eat, the more likely you're going to lose weight. But don't eat more than half your calories in vegetables, which is almost impossible to do. And the more dietary fiber you eat, probably the better you'll control your weight. And then also avoid fat. The more you lower your fat, the skinnier you're going to be. Manage your stress. Practice one of the major religions. Religious people are much healthier. If you want to read about this, see the work of Harold Koenig. Okay, so we're going to call it there for today. I hope that was helpful.